Hello everyone. This is Jen with Jen's Den Art. I am here today just to paint in one of our In the Den with Jen episodes. We are In the Den with Jen number 7 today. Come on in and say hello. And basically, I am an acrylic artist and I help women and men learn how to paint using acrylics. And you don't have to be a new painter. You can be a seasoned painter. And I help you with techniques and fun paintings. And we just have a lot of fun. So come on in, say hello. Hello, Miss Tracy. Hello, Miss Connie. Y'all come on in, come on in. Today we have been packing our truck to see, it's like our trial run to see if we could fit everything in the back of the truck for our trip to Red River. And we are seriously contemplating renting a U-Haul trailer because it's kind of tight. We don't know if we're going to be able to fit everything. So, hello. Hi, Cindy. Hello, Martha. Watching on YouTube. Yay! I am streaming to 4 different groups right now. One is YouTube. I'm streaming live to YouTube. I'm also streaming live to my business page and then also my free acrylic group and my acrylic 101 group. So you may be watching me from one of those 4 areas, and you may not be able to see all the comments. I can see all the comments because of where I am. Hello, Miss Cheryl. Thank y'all all for being here. Come on in and say hello. So let's talk about what we're going to do today. In the Den with Jen is going to work on this painting today, even though we just worked on this painting. If you're a member of my membership group, this is the painting that we have been working on in our private membership group. And we did finish it last night. Okay, it is considered a finished piece as is. However, when I look at it, I don't like my trees. Okay, so I've taken some time to contemplate on this area right up in here. I really like this. I like the cows. I like the lady. I like everything going on here. I find my cows might be a little bit small. I might make them a little bit bigger. I'm not sure. But I don't like this area right here. So I am going to take this painting a step further. And I'm just going to just kind of rework it a little bit today. And hello, Michael. Hello, Lana and Barbara. Thank y'all all for coming on. Today is a very rough day. I don't have any makeup on. We've been outside trying to pack the truck up for our trip. And we're a little concerned about the room that we have left. So anyway, I hope we can get it all done without having to rent a U-Haul. We're still working on it. Okay, so I'm going to play around. Like, here's some of the things I saw. Okay, so this is supposed to be areas that you can see through the trees. Okay, and like it's supposed to be like a sky color, but it's not even close to the background sky. So I know I made a huge boo-boo by doing all of this. Also, this is supposed to be a branch that looks like it's really close up and it's close to us, and it doesn't. It doesn't look like that at all. It just looks like it's a purple something. Like it just doesn't, it's not working. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on all of this area, all of these branches and all of these trees. And actually, I don't even have any branches in here. So I'm going to go to a filbert brush. Okay, I'm going to go to a filbert brush. And I still have my paints. I'm going to show you my paints that I'm using. I want a little bit more of a uniform color scheme up here. So my paints that I'm using are ultramarine blue, cadmium yellow light, quinacridone red. I have a lime green, I have white, I have black, and I have burnt umber right here. And I have a little bit of phthalo green as well. So when I look at the photo, the reference photo, let's see if I can find the reference photo. Okay, it was not in this. Let me see if I can find it real quick. No, I think I just had it. Reference photo. Nope. Country Road. There we go. This is it right here. I think this is it. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so there's the reference photo that I'm pulling my painting from. And this is what we did in our private group. We worked on this, and we worked on the darks and the lights and the values and the color mixing and all that good stuff. Excuse me, I'm taking a sip of water. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with all of this area up here. So I'm using a filbert brush. I've decided to go to a filbert brush to see if I could get something a little bit better happening here. I'll let this dry overnight, and I'm going to start, that's a little bit too much water on my paintbrush. I'm going to start with the blue and the yellow, and I'm going to make a green. So I'm going to mix my ultramarine blue and my yellow. And I'm just going to make a dark green. And I'm going to add just a teeny bit of red, teeny bit of red, just to get it a little bit darker. Okay, so I'm basically going to go back to the basics on this one. And I'm going to start fresh with some green. I'm really wanting to change the color scheme up here. Okay, I'm not crazy about the color scheme. It's not bad, but it's just not working for me. It's not working at all. So I'm going to come back in, and I'm just going to start with a little bit of green, and I'm going to move it around. I'm not trying to make leaves. I'm just trying to make almost like blurbs. Does that make sense? Okay. Go a little bit further up here. And I'm going to add a little bit more blue. And I'm going to add some white. And I'm going to make just a little bit of a grayish tone. And I'm going to try to reproduce this color down here. Okay, I'm going to try to reproduce this color down here. So it's definitely a lot lighter than what I have. So I'm going to pull in some white. Pull in some more white. And I'm going to pull in some brown. And some more white. It's kind of close. It's a little bit more on the gray side, so let me grab a little bit of black. Okay, that's pretty similar. Where did the yellow come from? Oh, I see. I grabbed some yellow by accident. Okay, so that's a good, I wanted a little bit more blue. A little bit more on the cool side. And then I'm going to add some white to it. Okay, that's a really good color. So I'm going to redo this whole bottom area down here. All the way. all the way through. So this is, it almost looks like some hills back there. Okay, now I like that a lot better. That looks much better already. And I'm using my finger just to kind of smudge it in. All right, those colors work really well with everything else I have going on here. I'm going to bring some of those colors down in the rest of my painting. And I need some of that over here even. I'm not sure what I got going on over here. I really have nothing going on over here. So let's kind of fill this in. Okay, that's already looking so much better. So this is going to be a video that's going to be added to our to the tribe painting, but it's really not part of the tribe painting. It's just me making adjustments to the piece that we finished, just because I want to make adjustments to it. You know how we all make adjustments to our paintings as we go. We put it on the side, we wait a while, we look at it, and then we're like, okay, let's rework this thing. So that's kind of what I'm doing today. Today I'm just reworking an old painting. You can consider it that, okay? And I'm going to add just a little bit of that gray. I really like that gray color that I created. And that gray color, again, is the green. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That's not where I wanted that color. The green areas, the green and a little bit of brown and a little bit of white. And that's basically how I made that color. You just have to kind of play around with it and see how all your colors mix together. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to start making my green again that I had before. And I'm still using the same little area to mix all my colors. And I'm going to add just a teeny bit of red to make it a little bit darker. And I'm going to tap into the white. And I'm going to tap into the yellow. I'm trying to make it just a little bit of a lighter shade. So I'm changing the value of it to make it a little bit lighter. All right, let's see what that is. Let's go a little bit more with the greens. Let's see. Okay, I like that. I want a lighter value. And so I'm coming back in and I'm looking at my painting and I'm trying to decide how I'm going to work this. Make it a little bit darker. A little bit darker value there. Just a teeny bit. Nope, not enough. So I'm looking at this right here. I'll show y'all in a sec. I'm looking at the contrast between this color and this color that I'm putting. And when I look at my photo, I see a huge contrast. But when I put my paint down, I see very little contrast. And so I want to make sure that I have that really, that contrast going on from this background to the leaves that I'm adding. So in order to make sure I have that, I've got to make this a little bit darker. Or I can make the background lighter. It's totally up to me which way I want to go. But right now, I'm going for this to be darker. And just going to come in here and start reapplying some leaves in a different color. And I like the muted colors in this painting. I really, really do. We kind of using like a lot of grays and greens and almost like olive colors. And it's working really well. But just wanted to play with this up here. Now we're still a little bit dark, but that's okay. Still, I'm working on this. Now these strokes that I'm making it's making it look like there's huge leaves. So I'm about to go to a smaller paintbrush in just a minute. And I'm about to change my values, because these values, by values I mean the darkness and the lightness of the color. These values are still a little bit too dark for the effect that I'm trying to get. I'm going to go down to a smaller filbert. You see it? It's just about half the size of the other one I was using. I'm going to wet it. And I'm going to bring in some more yellow. And I'm going to make more of a greenish lime color. Just making a little bit more of the same color. Oh, I'm so sorry. My hat was in the way. I wasn't even paying attention. All right, I'm going to go just a little bit lighter. Hang on, I'm not quite done with that. All right, so now I'm going to add a little bit more white and yellow to this same color. And I'm going to go even lighter. So I'm looking at my photo and I'm just following like where it starts getting really bright on the leaves. And right here. Take a step back. I need a little bit more up here. All right, let's go even lighter. I'm going to add one more layer and I'm going to add the same color again, the white and the yellow. And I'm going to go even lighter. One more time. So I'm almost in the yellows here. Almost. Let's see. That is a little bit lighter. So I'm almost leaving the greens and I'm almost in the yellows. Let me check your comments. Hello, hello, hello. My hat was in the way. I'm sorry. I wasn't even paying attention. I finally moved it out the way. Let's get a little bit of this. Do not like the all the little dots that I'm making. So I'm going to kind of get rid of those dots by mustering in a little bit of a all right. Still not crazy about this part, so I'm going to work on that. I'm going to clean this paintbrush off. And I'm going to go to a flat brush. Let's see, what flat brush am I going to use? I'm going to go to, where's it at? This one. No, I'm not. I'll let that one get hard. I have to go clean it. Let's go with this one. Okay, so this is just a flat brush. It's probably about an inch, maybe not quite an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. And I want to work on this area right here. So I am going to start mixing a new color because I want to go dark. Okay, so my new color is going to be a dark green. And I'm going to try to make it a little bit more of a purplish green. I know that's kind of a crazy color to think of, but let's see what we can do here. It's almost, maybe more, I need to think more on the orangey side because the purple is more of a cool and I really need a warm. So, because it's like really close up. So let me try this. This is a beautiful color. It is it's more red. It's got the red and the blue, which is going to make your purple, but then it's almost like a maroon. So if we add a little bit more red to it, it'll make it kind of like a maroon color. And I want kind of like that orange. So I'm adding yellow and red, make orange. Okay, so I'm going to add yellow and red. And I mean, you can just pick up an orange if you want. You don't have to mix yellow and red. And I'm going to try to pull this branch right here up in the front of us. And right now that is not dark enough. I need to go darker. Let me grab some of this phthalo blue. And then I'm going to grab my red and yellow again. Aha, this is a pretty color. All right, so I'm going to try to make that branch look like it's in front of us. And so I'm going to pull in these darker colors. In this one as well, I want this one to look like it's in front of the tree. So I'm bringing in those shades that are going to make this stand out in front of us. And I like what the phthalo blue did for me. I really like the phthalo blue, so I'm going to add a little bit more of that phthalo blue in there. Okay, that made a huge difference. I hope y'all can see it. So I'm just tapping around to add some of this phthalo blue. It's a mixture of phthalo blue and just a dark combination of the blue and the red to make purple. And then some phthalo blue, so it's a really beautiful color. And I'm just going to grab some of it and sprinkle it around my painting because it's really doing a great job. And I like it. So remember, I'm working on values on this painting. I'm working on the darks and the lights. Okay, and I think I might have gotten it. I'm going to make this color just a little bit lighter by adding a little bit of yellow and a little bit of white. And I'm going to come in and just add a little bit of that. Just to add a few little highlights in there. I'm still getting used to my Stay Wet palette. I seem to, my paint is almost too wet for me. So I'm still having to adjust to, the amount of water I put in it. And right now I feel like when your paint is too wet, it makes your paint too transparent. And so I'm still kind of trying to adjust to that, because this is only the second or third painting that I use my Stay Wet palette. And I like it, but it's just going to take me a while to adjust to it to get my everything, like I want it, the consistency of my paint like I want it. All right, let me go back to a little bit of this green. I'm going to make a little bit more green. And add some white to it. and some more yellow. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that in here. I'm just smudging it around with my finger. And I think I like it a lot better. It's way too much paint. Okay. I like that. Let me know. And let me go back to my browns. Get my paintbrush a little drier. I'm going to go back to my browns and my blacks. And I'm going to work on a little bit of my branches coming through here. Just a few branches here and there. All right, and then let's go back over just a little bit with a little bit of that, just to kind of soften the edges of the branches. I just don't want the branches to be quite so in front. So this lesson, or it's not even really a lesson because I'm not really explaining that much. It's just a In the Den with Jen episode. We are just, we're fixing I'm fixing my painting. I just didn't like it and I wanted to make some adjustments to it. And then once I'm done making these adjustments, I'll take a step back and I'll look at it again. And I'll ask myself if I'm satisfied with it this time and see what I say. And see right here, I'm not quite sure I want that. Right there. Just kind of hide that. A few little branches and leaves. So basically, I'm really, really focusing on the values, Okay, I'm focusing on the different levels of color, like darks and lights. Okay, and that's what you call a value. And I definitely feel like this kind of ties it all in a little bit better than what I had before. If you remember what I had before, let me get a little bit of a darker color in here. If you remember what I had before, it was just a little bit too it didn't flow well with me at all. And so I wanted to come on and just kind of show you how I would fix that. If you're having an issue with your painting and you feel like it's not working for you, then take a step back and just kind of fix some of the areas and see what happens. And do y'all have that same problem? You don't know when to stop? Because that's what I'm doing right now. I don't know when to stop. Let's make this a little bit darker. I love that color I made, y'all, with that phthalo blue. Isn't it pretty? Okay. What do y'all think now? I think it's a lot better. The orangey part of the tree trunk was red and yellow, and just more yellow than red. I used the quinacridone red and the cadmium yellow light. Yes, I do the same, knowing when to stop. Okay, I am stopping. I really love the addition of the phthalo blue, which made this this really almost like a navy turquoise almost color. Isn't it beautiful? So I am going to call this one pretty close to being done. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to study it a little bit more, but I had so many people tell me, oh, it's beautiful the way it is. It's beautiful the way it is. But I didn't feel like it was, I didn't feel like it was. And so I wanted to work on it a little bit more and see what I could come up with. And the colors work a lot better with what I have going on now. So yeah, gorgeous painting. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I wanted to let you know that tomorrow is the closing of Jen's Den Art Tribe and Mini Tribe. We are going to be closing the doors tomorrow, and we're going to be retiring our Acrylic 101 course. So if you have not watched it, you have one more day to go ahead and watch it in our Acrylic 101 Facebook group, and then we will be taking all of those videos down and focusing on our painting membership. So I hope you have a great day, and come on in and join us. If you did not see the link, I'm going to put it again. art.com for you, and we are taking a week off because we are traveling to a creative escape. And so we will be back in a couple of weeks for more lives with y'all. And I can't wait to see y'all again soon. Y'all have a great day. And thanks so much for being here. Bye.